So this is interesting. We were targeting a defensive tackle today. So we picked up Dalton Risner today. We also picked up Russ Yeast, who is going to end up being on our practice squad. He's not on the active roster. But this Jordan Jefferson guy, we were trying to get him for our active roster. Now, it didn't work out in the end, which sucks. We ended up losing him out to the 49ers. But little side note here, for players who did make the active roster in the end, like Eric Gregory and Holden Cross III, your job is not secure. Just a little side note here. And this, I think there was an NFL player one time who said this, where it's like, until the kickoff of week 1, you are not on a roster. Like, you are not guaranteed to be on any roster. Until week 1 kickoff, that's how you know you're on a roster. Because at any time, again, like exactly here, we can pick somebody else up, pick up anybody, and then bam, you're cut, you're going, bye-bye, enjoy free agency. So both of those guys, and again, we don't even know who we cut yet for Dalton Risner to get signed. That could have been, Gregory. That could have been Holden Cross III, or it could have been one of the offensive linemen. But after looking at that preseason and how bad it was with just over and over again allowing crazy rushing yards, we gave up on average 176 yards every single game of the preseason. That's embarrassing. That's very much embarrassing. So we're going to continue to work on this. We're going to continue to work on this off defensive line just like we are the offensive line. You got to win the trenches, offense and defense here. So I'm expecting more and more guys to get cut, picked up as time goes on. So this isn't the first time we're going to see this. Now, who is this guy, right? This guy was a 4th-round draft pick by the Jacksonville Jaguars in the last year's NFL draft. Now, it's weird how you don't usually expect a guy like this to get cut this quickly. Usually for 3rd and 4th round picks, teams like to keep them for at least 2 to 3 years. Sometimes, depending on how much they're developing, you'll keep them for 4 years or more than that. Obviously, the goal with 3rd and 4th round picks is always to be like hidden gems, and they end up being the guy. But rarely does that ever happen, I feel like, especially nowadays. So usually you get around 2 to 3 years with these guys. In the end, he got cut. So I'm not sure what the backstory is or why he got cut. Maybe the Jags just have simply that much, guys on the roster that they like, and they just think that this guy was the odd man out. But he is 6'2", 316 pounds, so he's a big body type of guy here. He also did play 8 games last year for the Jacksonville Jaguars. He put up 1 sack, 12 combined tackles, 5 solo tackles, 7 assists, 1 tackle for a loss, and 1 quarterback hit. Looking at his PFF grades from last season, pretty good for, a 4th round draft pick who really, again, not much going on there at this moment in time when it comes to being a starter. He still put up some decent grades. So I'm really upset we missed out on the guy because I think we definitely need to work on his defensive line as much as possible. And I think the Bengals are now realizing this, that the offensive line, defensive line, offensive line, defensive line, win in the trenches. You have to win in the trenches. And this is another move we're going to see, we're going to see them make another move for an offense, for a defensive tackle or defensive lineman, probably sometime within the next couple of days. This is not just a one-off type scenario. I definitely feel like they realize how embarrassing it was to watch us get, just demolished in the preseason in the run game. Like, we're going to be focused on improving this roster even more and more. But again, keep in mind, anyone that you might be like upset with who made the roster, you're like, oh, I can't believe that guy made the roster. I don't like that guy. I don't think he's that good. Nothing is guaranteed. Nothing is guaranteed at this moment in time. So there's a chance that any of those guys, until kickoff week 1, you're not guaranteed on the roster, buddy. So we're going to see those guys kind of get shifted, moved, and there's going to be players losing their job over the next couple of days. So Kind of sucks we missed out on this guy, though, because he does seem like, based on what I've seen, he does seem like a decent player. And he's young. He's 23 years old, so he's going to be 24 when the season kicks off. It sucks to lose out on a guy like this, because I'm sure the reason why they targeted him is because they probably thought, okay, this guy we can develop, we can train, and we can get him to a level we need him to. I know there was some people in my comic section that we should go after that D tackle the Bucks cut. And that's the guy who was like, I think he was like 60 pounds overweight or something. And he was supposed to lose weight and get down to a certain level. He didn't. So I, personally speaking, would not go after him. Unless there was someone else someone was mentioning. I think it was that guy. I would probably not go after him, to be honest. But again, like I said, we'll see. I just like the fact that we're working on the offensive line still, and we're still trying to improve the defensive line. We can't go into this season and be like, yep, that's good enough, or that looks fine. Like, no, nothing is perfect. We need to continuously get better, continuously strive to make this team better. So, love it, and I can't wait to see what other moves they make in the next coming days. So, across the board, guys, definitely tell me down below your thoughts and opinions. Make sure to like and subscribe button if you are indeed new. And I'll see you guys in the next one.